all, I want to say thank you everyone for coming. I really appreciate it. This is a very special day in our family. Wanted to tell you just a little bit about Mom's background. Grace was born 90 years ago today. It's actually her birthday. She was born to Giacomo and Provencia Abato. Jack was born in Mizramati, Sicily, Italy. And Francis was born in Bulgaria, Sicily, Italy. And I was in both of these cities about 2 weeks ago. So it was really, really special to be able to go back there and see where my grandparents were born. Actually, Jack's real name was Abate. And for all you Abatos, that's not your name. And if you travel today to southern Italy, you will see that name on monuments in different places in the town. However, when he came to America, he said everyone used to say, Abato, Abato, and he said, yeah, Abato. And so Grandpa actually changed his birth certificate. His birth certificate says Abate. He crossed it out and he wrote Abato. Jack and Francis actually met in Buffalo. They did not meet in Italy, which is really surprising. And Aunt Annie said that Grandpa used to walk down the street and he would see Grandma, she was sewing someplace. And he kept seeing her on the street, and I guess he liked her, and then finally they became friends and he ended up marrying her. But they did not know each other in Italy, which was really surprising. Yeah. However, their marriage certificate was on file in Mizramati in the Hall of Records where I went to visit, and I do have a copy of it. Yeah. They had 5 children: Aunt Pauline, Mom, Anthony, Uncle Tony, Uncle Carmen, and Aunt Annie, who's here with us celebrating today. All of the children were born in Buffalo, and only one stayed in that area. Aunt Pauline stayed in Buffalo, and the rest of them all came to California one by one. We started it, and then they all followed. Grandpa Lombardo, his name was Vincenzo or Vincent, and Grandpa Jack were paisans in Mizramati. And they were both born there, and they lived very close to each other. So they were friends, and then they came to America and also remained friends. Grandma Lombardo, Antoinette, she was also born in Mizramati. So all 3 of our grandparents were born there. After coming to America, Grandpa Lombardo and his family accepted the Lord as their Savior and gave up Catholicism. And they started to witness to Grandpa Abato, his Grandma Abato. And it wasn't long before they accepted the Lord and they started to attend church. And I guess that's where my dad met Mom. And then he wouldn't let her out of his sight. Mom said that she had many boyfriends.
She still does.
But Dad had only eyes for her. She had been known to sneak out of the bedroom window late at night and meet him on the street corner. Oh, yeah. She was a real player, trust me. Frank and Grace married on March 9, 1943, just before he was shipped off to fight in the Battle of World War II, mostly in Eastern Europe. He did not return home until 1945 when the war was over. I was born on November 14, the same year. You do the math. I've already done it. I was born in Fort Smith, Arkansas. She said I was early, but I still say there was a little something.
I think that runs in the family, actually.
Dad was stationed there, and Mom went to Fort Smith, and here I come. And then I was only a couple of months old, and she took the train, went back to Buffalo, because Dad was shipped overseas. That's why I sometimes call myself a Southern Belle. That's why I love fried chicken so much. I really think it's the latter. Yeah. I was 2 months old, and no, I don't like Bill Clinton. He's another Clinton. And 6 years later, on August 13, Paul came along. So, my brother Paul. We used to live upstairs from Grandma and Grandpa Avato. And then Mom and Dad bought a very beautiful house at 606 Parkside Avenue. With 2 stories, a formal dining room, a butler's pantry, staircase with a landing, a living room, and closed sun porch. We had a 4-car garage and every kind of fruit tree in the backyard. It was really very stately and very, very beautiful.
Was that Lockport?
No, that was Buffalo.
Was it?
She never lived in Buffalo. She was the butler. Dad worked primarily in the tire business, and Mom was a nurse at the New York State Hospital, a job that she really, really loved. Then the bug hit, and Mom and Dad decided to move to sunny California. In those days, it was said that the streets were so clean that you could eat off them. This was the land of milk and honey. Everybody wanted to come here. And of course, everyone knew how beautiful the weather was, and who wouldn't want to get out of Buffalo with the blizzards, right? So they sold that beautiful home at 606 Parkside Avenue and almost everything in it, packed up a U-Haul trailer with their personal belongings because they sold everything. And we were off to California. On the way,
What year was that, Carol?
this was 56.
Well, Dad did the same thing.
Yeah.
Why do they always sell everything out from under us?
Well, it's too much to ship it, so it's better to start off new. I can remember we were driving down the highway, coming to California, and Paul said, Dad, where's the trailer? And my father almost had an accident. Paul told him that he lost the trailer from the back of the car. My father was not happy. Yes, I've gone back to 606 Parkside. Yeah, it's still there. It's still there. Yeah. On the way to California, we stopped at Fort Smith so I could see my birthplace because, of course, I never really knew it. And then we stopped in New Mexico because some of the people who lived in Fort Smith had moved to New Mexico and were friends with Mom. We arrived in Los Angeles in October of 1956. We stayed in a motel, literally a motel, on Figueroa Street in Los Angeles. Yeah, right? Have you gone back there? No, I haven't gone there. Right across from a Foster Trees. See what a good memory I have? That's where I learned a lot of chocolate malts. Now, we didn't have malts in Buffalo. We had milkshakes but not malts. There really is a difference when I learned to love chocolate malts. We stayed in that motel for just a week or 2, and then Dad found us an apartment on 117th Street off of Vermont. No, I haven't been back there.
You don't want to go.
I was only 12. I had just turned 12, and Paul was 6 when we came here. I was enrolled in Gompers Junior High School, and honestly, I don't know where Paul went to school. I don't know where you went to grade school or if you lived in that apartment. I don't remember.
There was a little school about a block away.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't remember how long we lived in the apartment. However, I do know during that time, Uncle Tony and Aunt Rose came to California with Debbie and Jack, and they moved upstairs from our apartment. They lived right upstairs from us. Same building. Mom used to tell a cute story about Jack. He would run in the house, because we lived downstairs, he'd run in the house and he'd say, Aunt Grace, I need to use the bathroom. And on this particular day, Mom said, yes, you can use it, but it'll cost you 10 cents. Dad quickly turned around and he said, "That's okay, I'll go upstairs." Dad got a job with Arden Farms delivering milk to home. He was your milkman. I don't know how they learned about the Italian Christian Church on 79th Street. However, that's where we attended from the very beginning. So I honestly don't know if my dad and mom looked up to the Italian Church. I don't know how we happened to go
My
there.
grandparents tell me that they said that there was a new family that came from Buffalo and we had to welcome them.
Really?
But I don't know if they had already found the church by looking it up
don't
or.
know. I have absolutely no
Someone told
idea.
them.
Or we may have found out when we were in Buffalo that there was an Italian
There
church. I don't know.
wasn't, there wasn't networking of the
There
Italian.
probably was, and that was an Italian.
Different than the mom.
Yeah.
Not-
I'm still waiting to hear about that part of the family, actually.
The religious
Well, there at the church, we met the Antonucci's, the Picas, the Simos, Irina Poshwitz, Catherine and Joy, and Muffy, and Tina, Sam, Elvira, Angela Palotto, the Pasalaquas, and even the Colettis were there. And who would have thought how many years later I'd become a Coletti? Isn't that unbelievable? And it all started in that Italian church, you know. We attended many years until finally the church kind of, I don't know, just folded up. Brother Boo got real old and, you know, just didn't go there anymore. So then there was another Italian church on 98th Street, and Frank Simo became the pastor there. So we started going there, and that's where we met the Muzzi's and Dick and Marilyn and all of that. And, you know, we've been friends with these people, you know, a lot of them since we moved to California, you know. One of Dad's areas of delivery was Gardena. And one day he found a lady who was locked out of her house trying to pry open the window. And that was Lucy Nisso. Remember Lucy? And she and Otto, they had moved from Buffalo, and Mom and Dad knew them in Buffalo. And Dad helped her get into the house, and he was shocked because he heard, you know, he knew Lucy. And from then on, they were inseparable. In fact, they lived on 146th Street, and Dad found a brand new house on 145th Street. So we lived a block away from Lucy, right across Western. And Lucy and Mom were just best friends forever, you know. So Lucy passed away. So Dad bought the house on 145th, and Mom and Dad lived there. Paul and I were raised there. 1993, Mom and Dad celebrated the 50th wedding anniversary at the Portugal restaurant. I'm sure many of you were there celebrating that day too. So today we're here to celebrate Mom's birthday. We want you to know that we love you, we appreciate you, and all that you've done for us. You've been blessed with 2 children, 3 grandchildren, 5 great-grandchildren, as well as countless number of friends and family. Happy 90th birthday, and let's begin the countdown towards 100.